Ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday night, time for the PLE Patrol with Night of Champions on the docket. OMD. Parrish and I are on board to host. No OMD because he's off, I don't know, looking at his phone somewhere.
How dare you call me OMD? I'll be back right now.
You got to go get something to eat, plus 7 a.m. arrives early.
No, I'm getting ready for July 1, the free agent breakdown. You can catch them on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Make him graphics and I plug his show. You better be happy with me, or else he's fired.
Right now, I'm happy to see CM Punk walking into the building right now.
I wonder if basic punkonomics is going through his mind. Supposedly that got mixed reactions on for a lot of people, which, I mean,
I loved it.
I think a lot of people are just sticklers now. They expect 100% of everything all the time, and it's like, one, it was the throwback of throwbacks, just like John Cena did to him a week prior. Two, it was creative and nobody expected it. And three, it was a vision I don't think anybody ever expected to see. Who cares if he raps like Eminem or he raps like he just ate a box of them? Who cares? It was entertaining, and that is pure wrestling at its finest.
This was definitely Punk having fun, and that's the thing I've noticed since his return to the WWE is he's just been. It just seems like he's having fun wrestling again.
Well, I think there's motivation again. I think that itch is back, as a lot of people say. And you can't fault him for, wanting to chase something that he's passionate about. I think clearly the time away was well, and him going back to AEW ignited the passion back. And then sadly, that experience just didn't work out. And then the change in leadership at WWE comes, and a situation arose, and we're here. So what really I think stood at the test of everything is CM Punk injures his tricep in the Royal Rumble. And the work that he put to come back, you could see the fire still burns in CM Punk.
110% on that one. And again, it shows in his matches, since he's come back from that injury.
Well, and he's in great shape. He always was criticized about him not looking like a pro wrestler, right? Which is hilarious given the source of where those criticisms came sometimes. But he has transcended what it is to be a wrestler. And if a lot of people say they dislike CM Punk, but yet they say they like certain indie wrestler, just understand a guy like CM Punk really opened the eyes to indie wrestling, to the mainstream for a lot of people, as did guys like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, as they are the faces of that. But CM Punk really was the one who took that to the next level. And I think a lot of people just hate the fact that they have to admit that that's true.
I remember the very first time I saw CM Punk. It was back in 2003 when he was working for TNA. And I had that vibe that he didn't look like the generic wrestler at that time, but I knew there was a star there at that point in time.
Yeah, and the irony is he was part of Raven's group, The Gathering, back then. And then the irony is that he was feuding with Raven and Ring of Honor. That really helped take him to that next level. But the question is, will he take it to the next level and end that historic reign of John Cena's 17, which we'll find out tonight, as I don't know, a lot of people don't know what they think of John Cena's retirement year as it is coming to that halfway point. What have you thought about it so far?
I feel like it's going by a little faster than I thought it would be. I mean, I've actually really been enjoying this John Cena run. I'm more he's got me curious to the point like when he turned heel, I was totally taken away by that, but now I'm curious as to how he turns babyface, if he even does before his last match.
Well, we've been teased with him being reluctant to do certain things, whether that's cheating, whether that's using the title, whether that's, doing those vicious things that made him be a mirror of the hustle, loyalty, respect in the fans' eyes. He's also somebody that's very polarizing still to this day. As we have our boy Bulkster coming in, said, "Hi guys, haven't you already watched it?" No,
we lead lives outside of the podcast, Terry Bulkster.
So
We're
the
watching
reason
it
why the
live
Night of
right now.
Champions is going on now is because not a lot of people were available to watch it earlier. Now, have some of us maybe consumed a couple things online? Maybe, but for the most part, the full thing has not been watched. So we respectfully ask, if you have, please retain from the spoilers in the chat. I'm not going to lie. We are asking you nicely, and I'm not singling anyone out. But if you do not hold, I may put you in timeout.
We've got Randy Orton coming to the ring. Our opening match will be the King of the Ring final.
Yes. That was actually put out by WWE earlier in the day prior to the original airing. They did release the opening and closing matches of the event.
So I got to assume the closing match is John Cena and CM Punk.
Correct. Yeah. As it should, in my eyes, it is for the Universal WWE Championship. And I don't know, how often in years past did the King of the Ring final ever main event? I don't think a lot of times.
Brett, I know, headlined in '93 when him and Bam Bam won, or were in the finals, I should say. Owens, I can't remember if that one headlined or not.
Owen did not. I know that for a fact. I believe Brett actually, ironically, did main event in that year. I'd have to go back and check, but no, just to go back to the John Cena thing, just because I was talking about him being polarizing, he's a guy that he gets those boos right away, and he comes up with the last time is now and all that. By the end of the night, that's where the fans realize this is the final time they're seeing him. So the boos almost go back into thank yous and appreciation cheers. So it's very polarizing in that sense, because does that emotion from the crowd get to John Cena, or does that something that fuels him in this heel run? So I'm not saying that could be what triggers him to go back to being the good guy, but you never know. I'm just giving you a potential.
And I got those babyface like turning vibes starting back when it was Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso taking on Logan Paul and John Cena, and I brought up the idea of Logan Paul turning on John Cena, thus turning John babyface in that match. Like I brought up the idea of Logan blaming John for that loss because it was John who took the pin.
One still might happen. As Terry coming in saying, I feel like John Cena and you all couldn't see me. No one gave me any thoughts on the theory I posted on chat. I'm not even going to lie. I was doing something else at the time, so I didn't properly read it.
I was in the doctor's office at the time, and my phone was literally on like 10% battery.
Out of respect, as we have Randy Orton in the ring waiting on Cody Rhodes, I will read it real quick.
I will pull it up right now as well.
I'll pretty much say it this. So he would say, don't care who wins, Randy or Cody. It's pretty much for the title that Cena, as of right now, holds. I would like to see Punk beat Cena and then see Punk versus Cody or Randy. Cena can transition and chase the other world title and get a match against Gunther at SummerSlam and become champion again. What do you think? The only reason why I say no is I think there is something else for Gunther at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think the whole John Cena final year will be a symbol to pass the torch to Cody. I've said that from the beginning, and I'm going to stay with it. I think it's the right way. Like, we always had those passing of the torch moments from one generation start to another, and I think this is exactly going to be the same way.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes really ultimately got the raw end of the deal at WrestleMania from a storyline perspective. And then the story of him now going, he's not taking the simple road back to the title, which is a guaranteed rematch. He is going back into the trenches and working his way back up. That's what he's doing with the King of the Ring. So if he is to beat Randy Orton and become King of the Ring, then he is earning the shot, the competitor, or that fighting way. And because of that, I think the fans see that and then will respect Cody more. And this leads me to a thought I had earlier today, and I could see that. Best you asked, how do we see John Cena turn back to babyface? What if the finale of John Cena being a heel is John Cena tapping out for the first time in that entire time at a submission victory for whoever he is facing, thus signalizing that John Cena spent how much of his career never giving up, but this iteration of John Cena put him in a position to give up to the point where he hates who he becomes because that eats at him. So he doesn't want to leave being the person in the mirror. He wants to be the person we all can see.
See, and that's the thought I had too, is in that last match, maybe that is where he does turn babyface and he gets that 5-minute standing ovation or 10-minute standing ovation for everybody to, say thank you to him in that last match.
Cody looking emotional as the bell rings.
And I do like the story that is being told with Cody here. And I think I called it out at WrestleMania when John Cena had won the title from him. I said I'm almost certain I said that Cody is going to get his rematch at SummerSlam. Just didn't know how at that point he was going to get there, and tonight could very well be that that path.
Now, if they were to do a Cody Cena trilogy, which I think would be right, I wouldn't hate it. You had it at WrestleMania, the birth of heel Cena, really. That was the exclamation part to the heel Cena working out. So getting the record brings out the evil in John Cena. Cody Rhodes then, in the rematch, removes the evil out of John Cena and brings back the championship to the fans. Only for the trilogy fight, we see respect versus respect. And much like his match against Nick Aldis, we see a match that is pure, that is honest, and it is only for the fans. And then we see that true passing of the torch to Cody Rhodes as we see the flame fade for John Cena. And Terry, I get it. I 100% get it. And that's why I think we're going to see John Cena on a lot of PLEs, on the main events and stuff like that. I think at some point, though, you have to do what's going to help transition your business into something too. The relationship has to go both ways. And I'm sure John Cena, the human being, isn't wanting to do a retirement thing just to put over new talent. I think he wants to also create an impact to the wrestling world. And I think helping somebody to be the new quarterback, the new face of the company, is part of that as well.
Both these men they're trading maneuvers, but no one's really budging right now.
No, this is the good old-fashioned feeling out process between these two. They have dedicated their lives. These are people who were born into this business. And because of that, they were thinking headlock, tackle, arm drag before they even knew how to speak. So both these competitors are more than aware of what it takes to get to the next level when you face competition like the man that stands in front of them.
And out of all the superstars, these two men know each other the best, being that they are former stablemates with Legacy. Had numerous encounters with one another since the breakup of Legacy as well.
Yeah, and Cody Rhodes has gone on record saying that he feels Randy Orton is a mentor of his. So you can only imagine the lessons that were taught from Randy Orton, but also the knowledge that was gained from Cody Rhodes.
Well, I think Randy was got the worst one out of that superplex there.
Yeah, and those are little things that I love about Randy Orton, is he understands that a move like a superplex shouldn't always just damage the person who is on the receiving end. It does take away someone who's on the giving end of it as well. And this is one of those scenarios where Randy Orton took the worst out of the move that he gave. And like a true veteran, Cody Rhodes takes full advantage of it.
Yeah, it's also a total callback to Randy Orton's past injuries with his back.
Mm-hmm. And you have to wonder now, as we just saw the old kind of neck breaker that Randy gives, he does drop his opponent on his lower back. And yes, that was done out of instinct, but are these moves taking more of a toll out of Randy's opponent, i.e. Cody, or Randy himself?
Yeah, I still find it interesting that if you look at like the past King of the Rings, the majority of winners have been heels. So it's interesting to see that we've got two baby faces vying for that crown in this finals round.
Yeah, and I'll even do you one better. We have two more baby faces in the Queen of the Ring tournament as well, in Asuka and Jade Cargill.
Right?
Oh, what a picture perfect missile drop kick from Cody.
Cody doing anything and everything he can to keep Randy worn down.
Well, like a shark smelling blood, he understands what happened with his back. And then he decided to strike. And something that not a lot of people know is that when they do have lower back pain, the one thing that's hard is their ability to just stand back up and move at quick points. So if you're able to keep that back in that pain, but then also be able to take away the win, like we're seeing right now out of Cody, he's going to truly limit what Randy Orton's capable of doing. But let's not also forget that both men have strong respect, not only for each other, but the situation that is winning, becoming King of the Ring, but more importantly, getting that title shot against John Cena, who both men want another crack at SummerSlam. As right now, best seems to be frozen. So just going to quickly remove that. You guys are now with me primarily. I'll just do that just so it's not as weird as a giant photo. But hopefully you guys can be patient as hopefully Best figures out what caused him to just pause. And when he does, bring yourself back in. And I think there it is. So Best, are you back with us?
Yeah, I froze up. I was going to text you. I think I'm crashing.
Yeah. No, I after last night, I'm prepared. But it's all good. Plus the photo that you had when you did crash, entertaining. But I also go back and check it out. But I also wanted to make sure that we took it down as soon as we could.
Yeah.
Whew. What a Cody cutter from Cody.
Signs of desperation a bit from Cody right now. And that's what I expected out of these two, a good, clean wrestling match between these two gentlemen.
Clean, yes. I'm just waiting to see which one will. I'm looking right at Randy and be like, okay, if the Viper is in trouble, does he go to that dark state?
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I'm curious about. But something will tell me that this match might just stay clean. As we wait for the RKO, I want to let everybody know that if you're watching on any of the platforms here, make sure that you like, subscribe, and do what you can to help out the channel. And if you like what you see, make sure you hit any notification buttons, whether it's on YouTube, it would be that bell. So anytime Turnbuckle Studios goes live, you'll be the first one to know. Randy Orton just not kicking out with his shoulder, but he is getting that full extension of an actual kick out.
Mm-hmm.
So kicking out with authority, as it once has been phrased, showcases there's still a lot of fight left for Randy Orton.
There's a lot of fight left in Cody as well.
Yeah.
For a second there, with the way Randy Orton was positioned in the ring and where Cody was, I thought Cody was going for the punt.
Mm-hmm.
But these two men are just laying it all out on the line right now. And that's what I like about the King of the Ring tournaments this time around, is that they feel they just make them so much more important right now.
Well, this is the last time we've seen the star-studded King and Queen of the Ring finals.
Mm-hmm.
They're all with names that we put on the top of the billing.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton is 14-time world champion. Cody Rhodes has basically been the face of the company for the last 3 years. We've seen Jade Cargill, one of the biggest acquisitions in the female company for WWE, one of the first major names that went from AEW to WWE outside of Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Asuka, who might just be the greatest female talent ever out of Japan. And she has won a Royal Rumble. She has won multiple world titles, and she is more than just the Empress of Tomorrow. She is an icon of today, and we just haven't seen both tournaments have this star power in its finals ever before.
I mean, we are a long ways away from Mabel and Savio Vega being in the final too. Although, not to really knock the King of the Ring 95, I get why that happened. They were trying to make a new star out of Mabel. It failed.
We can just say 95 was a write-off for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. With the exception of Shawn Michaels winning the Royal Rumble that year.
Yeah.
Now, who was in that Rumble? The majority of those names can be written off.
Hey, the British Bulldog. Spent the same amount of time in that Rumble as Shawn Michaels.
Yes, he did.
Bushwhacker Luke and Butch were in there.
Timothy Well and Stephen Dunn.
Great tag team.
Honestly, I did think they were an underrated tag team. May they both rest in peace now. They've long since both passed away.
Were Jacob and Eli Blue in that one as well?
Yeah, they were. And they also one of them also played the Undertaker's or the $1 Million Man's Druids earlier that night too.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Now it's breaking down.
Yeah. Randy Orton is wearing the DX black and green. Ooh.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Okay. Oh my God, that was beautiful. It was almost like Cody was going for a Cody cutter, but then he realized Randy has a cutter of his own. Yeah, it's out of nowhere.
No, for a moment I thought Randy was going to the top rope.
No, he is grabbing a steel chair.
Going for some of that steel hardware.
You know better. Oh, the steel chair is just a pawn.
Yeah, Randy has definitely gone to that dark place.
Well, he did try to punt earlier.
I was just going to say how much you want to bet somebody accidentally hits that corner, and sure enough.
I wouldn't say it was an accident.
Wow, but that was a good finish. That was a really good finish. Cody Rhodes. Sorry.
I'm very curious to see where this goes for Randy Orton. He gave you that glimpse of taking it to a different level. Does this loss now detract him from where he wanted to go? Absolutely. So how does he react? This is going to be an interesting time for Randy Orton.
But regardless, Cody is your 2025 King of the Ring. Yeah, I mean, we did talk about the idea of Randy Orton turning heel just the other night on SmackDown Security Detail.
And I wouldn't even necessarily say it has to be a full-blown heel turn, but will we see Randy Orton be more of that unapologetic villainous babyface that the fans always gravitate towards?
Yeah, to a certain degree, much like how Stone Cold was. Because, yeah, Stone Cold was a babyface, but he did a lot of heel things.
Much like what Randy Orton has used to be in past years. Like, don't have to stretch on this one. Randy Orton has multiple shades in his past.
Yeah, he does.
So it will be official. Cody Rhodes will be fighting for the undisputed world championship at SummerSlam. But who will he face? We will find that out later tonight. Well, a lot of you might not actually know who it is, but in this broadcast, we will find out later tonight.
That we will.
Interesting placement of how they're conducting this in-ring interview with us looking towards the entrance that says Cody Rhodes is king of the ring. Randy Orton is looking right at it. Now he's turned away, but he is in that background very vividly.
And Cody had his back to Orton for that bit there. This is very intriguing. Orton also seeming a little hesitant to go to the back there as well.
Who knows how many voices are speaking to Randy Orton inside that head at that moment, but what we do know is that these voices are saying Cody Rhodes is going to SummerSlam with a title shot. Will he reclaim his kingdom?
And now I'm wondering, because I know Randy would love nothing more than to get another championship match. I'm now curious about what path he's going to take to try and get that match. Could it be a match with John Cena, say, at Saturday night's main event?
Well, here is what I say. The last time they fought, what was the tagline they used? Or the last time ever?
Yeah.
I don't know in this generation if we're going to hear that and they're going to do a twice in a lifetime type moment.
Yeah.
There's something in my head that believes that when they say last time ever, they're meaning the last time ever. They never used that with Cody and Cena at WrestleMania.
This is true.
They never said that for R-Truth and John Cena. And we could be getting rematches of both, as we already got one with R-Truth. Which, by the way, R-Truth, Ron Killings, is the only person John Cena has faced more than once in singles action in his retirement tour.
Yeah.
With a win against CM Punk, Cody Rhodes could become number 2. Had to.
Yeah. And just like tonight, when Crown Jewel happens in Perth on October, we more than likely will be doing a 7 p.m. PLE Patrol for that, because there's no way I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. watching Crown Jewel.
Come on.
We did it. Well, we did it for Elimination Chamber, but we didn't go live.
No. Not gonna lie, I might be up at 5. I mean, it's to say, I'll have a 2-year-old at that point. Yep, he'll be 2 by that point. So I still might just be up at around that time.
And our reigning tag team champions, WWE tag team champions, the Street Profits, are in that crowd tonight. Raw this Monday in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Special start time at 6 p.m. But we are still doing the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
That decision was made last week by none other than the godfather of Turnbuckle Studios, Carl Carafel.
I should have actually confirmed it with him this afternoon when I seen him.
Oh no, that's exactly what he said on the show.
Yeah.
But one thing we will know is that we're going to get a tag team title match as the New Day goes up against the Judgment Day. And I believe Sheamus is also going up against Rusev.
But up next, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez street fight. This is the match I said was going to be my sleeper match of the night. And I feel like this is going to be the make or break match for Raquel Rodriguez, if I'm being honest here.
See, and I don't think I would have put this as a sleeper pick because I fully expect both of these both these girls to put on a great match, especially with absolute no limitations with the street fight implication. To me, my sleeper pick is and still going to be Asuka versus Jade Cargill because I'm just not sure what kind of match those two are going to give us with all the styles that are different with them. I feel
and that's the first time ever, that one.
Yeah, and I feel Raquel versus Rhea. I think this could be a feud that both women have steadily throughout their careers. I think there's going to be layers. I think this could be like a Shawn Michaels Diesel type thing where in their entirety they may tag, they may face each other, but at some point they're always going to be circling around each other.
That's what I said. I feel like this is going to be the make or break moment for Raquel because I feel like it's about time that maybe she comes out of her own shell and becomes this top single star we all want her to be.
Yeah, but she's still tag team champions. So I don't know. And this is the thing though. There were huge plans on keeping Liv and Raquel tag team. Yeah, we know Liv is out and is going to be out for a few months. I don't think that's enough time for them to completely go away from this tag team, but enough time to have it deterred. I really wonder in this match, this just seems like an open invitation that we will get Roxanne Perez in some way in this match. But here's just a random theory that I'll put out. What if it was all part of the play for Liv Morgan to bring in Roxanne and to act like she doesn't want her there only for when she comes back, Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez are to take out Raquel Rodriguez. Hear me out. They form a tag team. Rhea and Raquel then come back together, and we have that as a tag team feud after those tag titles.
Oh, what a deadly tag team Rhea and Raquel would be.
As we gear up for this match, I want to let everybody know to go check out turnbucklestudios.org if you want a chance to go check out everything that is the Turnbuckle affiliation program, including the PLE Patrol. Go check out turnbucklestudios.org. There is a lot of features up there. We'll get to that later in the show as Raquel Rodriguez is the first one to come out.
Is there any word as to why Raw is starting at 6 p.m. this Monday?
Unless there's something that's premiering on Netflix, I don't know. I will check it out.
I'm just wondering because in my head right now, I'm rounding up stories for Turnbuckle Talk. One of the stories is going to be the 30-minute delay that happened on SmackDown.
Oh, that's right. So the reason why Raw is where it's at is there will be a taping of Friday Night SmackDown after Raw that will allow talent to have the 4th of July weekend to themselves. That is why. And Rhea's going full Halloween with her gear in June.
Not gonna lie, I'm really digging the look. Ooh, this isn't the first time they are meeting in Riyadh. Rhea Ripley defeated Raquel Rodriguez at the 2023 Crown Jewel in Riyadh.
That is correct.
I completely forgot about that match. Now, who do you say takes this one?
I have see, like, this is a thing where I would love to see Raquel win and have this going. I just don't see them going back into a feud. I do see Rhea being moved towards the championship again. I think that is something that we will see. So I'm going to take Rhea in this one because I do think we're going to probably move forward with Roxanne and Raquel as your tag champions. And move with Rhea towards a championship in the singles end. How about you?
I think I'm with you on that one. I picked Raquel to take the win on this one, or I mean Rhea, but I wouldn't mind if Raquel took the win because, like I said, this could very well be a star-making match for Raquel.
One of the things I wouldn't hate is if Roxanne Perez does come in, play dividends, and allow that win for Raquel. This then could show that unity between the two, and then maybe you move Rhea over to the tag titles and somebody that they've been kind of looking at as potential people that could align themselves with Rhea, or it could be, what I'm saying, is Stephanie Vakir. And what a team that would be, Stephanie Vakir and Rhea going after the tag titles.
Right?
And that could be, I'm just saying, this could be your makeup plan for Evolution if you couldn't do the Bellas versus Liv and Raquel. Now, I know she has a mean pumpkin on her gear. Rhea
Mm-hmm.
does. But her outfit is giving me Catwoman vibes like you wouldn't believe.
Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, right? That's what I'm seeing.
Any Catwoman. I mean, I've seen many variations of Catwoman, but just with the black, with all the black, really.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do like Raquel's choice of staying Judgment Day purple.
This is the one thing I've wanted to see out of Raquel since Liv's injury is I wanted to see her become a little bit more savage, a little bit more brutal in her offense, and that's what I'm seeing right now, and I'm happy to see that.
Well, we've been getting a little bit of that in the tag team format too. When WWE does give time to the tag team titles, and we see Liv and Raquel go on, we do see that out of Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
I do find that she maybe takes more bumps than she should, given her height. But
Mm-hmm.
what I would like to see is more of a educated aggression.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is knowing when to strike, knowing how to strike, but also I find that she moves quicker than she needs to
Yeah.
at times, and I find that that's just a sign of her not completely matured yet into this iteration of who Raquel Rodriguez is just yet. We're seeing
Mm-hmm.
growth curves still happening, but she doesn't look far off from where she needs to be. But there is still.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, like some time ago, we did talk about her lack of intensity, and it's starting to get there. That's what I'm noticing is what I mean.
Well, I think there's definitely is a comfort level with her right now in where she is. I do think she kind of has that career where there's always stop gaps with her. She always seems to have something happen that always like puts a pause and then comes back, whether it's conditions that she has with her health or even injuries. And now this one, it's not an injury to her. It's not even a health issue to her, but it is the health and the injury to Liv Morgan that was another not I don't want to say miscue, but another stopgap for her.
Mm-hmm. But I do feel like if she does go on with the singles run in Liv's absence, I feel like she could really run with it.
So I'd be very intrigued with the potential Raquel going after the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Mm-hmm. These women are just beating the living piss out of each other, and I'm loving it.
What do you mean? A power bomb through top of the announce table? Also, just want to give a shout out to everyone. As of 7 minutes ago, Turnbuckle Studios on Twitch has reached its 170 followers goal. We just want to take the time to thank every single one of you for allowing Turnbuckle Studios to reach its goal. Next goal will be set at 200.
Nice. Rhea's going to use her own gear to to beat up Raquel right now. And she's whipping her like a government mule. I don't think Rhea's ever made anybody tap out to this move.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
She just won
and
or
and
then.
Well, you called this one, Parrish.
Well, I mean, if you couldn't foresee this, I have questions. Roxanne Perez is only trying to get into the Judgment Day. She's been showing that she's there for everyone, primarily helping Raquel a lot lately. She's in a street fight where interference is allowed. I feel the writing's on the wall on that one.
Yeah.
But the question is, will the Prodigy be enough?
Now, that's a spot I haven't seen in a while.
Just wait till War Games when Io Sky's in it.
Oh, yeah.
CEO special.
That's the annual tradition for War Games now.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
Jeez.
But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there's so much good that's out here right now with Raquel. Like, her viciousness, her instinctual, like, animal behavior when she's smelling blood and she's attacking. However, there's also a sign where she's just, in my eyes, rushing the detail ends of everything.
Yeah, not letting, you mean like not letting like the big spots breathe, as it were, right?
Just feeling that she has to do more. Ooh, what a great save there by Raquel.
Oh, jeez.
Beautiful kick. Right to the face of mommy.
She might have one of my favorite big boots of the modern era.
She throws a big boot a lot like the way Gallows does. Or there you go. She's changing the position of the table. It's no longer set up vertically in front of the turnbuckles, but now laid on the top rope.
Damn. I mean, I got to give credit to Raquel for her work in that match. It was just fantastic.
Well, that is a match where you don't see the brutality given to the winner, who's Rhea Ripley, as much as this is. Not a lot of people are able to really, really bring the violence to Rhea Ripley, but Raquel seems to be that person on a consistent level. It almost as if the best Raquel comes out when she's up against Rhea.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'd like to see her translate this performance with Rhea against other women. That's what I'm hoping to see out of her.
Now, since we're in a little bit of a transition from one match to the next, I say, why not do what we said earlier, and that is show you exactly what the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program provides you on a weekly basis with its content. So check out its weekly calendar.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, The Jessica Wilde Story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Then one more time, that link is turnbucklestudios.org. You can go and check out everything. You can get to know everyone a part of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. You can go and check out the latest episodic episodes of each one of those shows, and you can get absolutely as much information as you can when you contact Turnbuckle Studios, in whether it's additions that you think we can do better, whether it's you wanting to get more involved, whether you want to work with. Everything is on the table if you go to turnbucklestudios.org today.
Ooh, Sami and Karrion coming up next. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Karrion's entrance again.
It's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to wait long.
It's that.
Was it everything you wish for and more?
Yes. Brought me back to when he was in NXT, and every time I knew he had a match on NXT, I'd be excited to see that.
Now, the question is going to be thrown back to you. Who do you think takes this one?
If they want to continue this feud, then I think Karrion takes it, but I got to go with Sami because he's the hometown boy. To a degree, he's the hometown boy.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I don't know if Sami and Karrion is going to extend as much as people think.
Mm-hmm.
Sami has been very much aligned in stuff opposing Seth Rollins in that group. I wonder if they keep going in that direction.
Yeah.
But
and I think it's going to be just like what I said about Sami on Turnbuckle Talk, where in Saudi Arabia, Sami Zayn is basically treated the same way Mansoor was when he was there, and Mansoor was kind of treated like he was the second coming of Hulk Hogan in Saudi Arabia.
I also wonder if this is a way to finalize this and maybe go back to AJ Styles with Karrion Kross.
I think that's where I would go.
But
because
at the
who knows
same
when
point,
who knows when AJ's going to get that championship match, right? With Dom
yeah,
now.
and I wouldn't necessarily put it in the realm of if Sami does win, it's the end.
No, because it is still something you can go back to, say, in a month or two, you know?
Well, you can easily go to Karrion Kross saying, if he was to lose, there you go, Sami. I knew you had it in you. All you had to do was find the darkest part of your mind and execute.
Yeah.
And you may not realize it, but I do. And just get in that head, and he could just be a thorn in the side of Sami for a while. Who knows? But we also might just be really much looking at what could be the early stages of a transcendent direction for Karrion Kross.
Mm-hmm.
I also wonder too, because we've seen Karrion Kross get positive reactions from the crowd, including Saudi Arabia. So is this not a way to maybe transition Karrion Kross towards that side?
To put it into perspective, the last time we saw Karrion Kross in the ring was that 6-man tag with the Wyatt Six. Like, what was it, like 6-7 months ago now?
Yeah, and his last PLE performance is WrestleMania 40.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't his last match because his last match has been Saturday Night Main, or I was on Saturdays with Main Event.
Okay, so his last major match.
The last match involving an actual storyline, we'll go with. That's more precise.
Yeah. Now, there's one thing I'm looking for in this match, and it's I read something that to me sounded a little bit absurd, but apparently Karrion Kross is afraid of taking back bumps.
Yeah, I don't believe that in an instant.
Yeah, that's
Here's the thing: if you want to be portrayed a certain way, you got to be protective of doing things. And the more you do it, the less special it becomes.
yeah. I get being protective of how many bumps you take. Like, how many times did we see Taker take a ton of bumps in a match? Really?
No, I mean that's just it. Like, what is that basis of? Like saying he's afraid of taking back bumps? It's like that. You said it. It's absurd. It's insane. How many people has Karrion Kross been in the ring with that truly can manhandle him to the point of taking big bumps? Not a lot. He has always seemed to be the bigger and stronger force. Now, are there some exceptions? Absolutely. Bobby Lashley was one.
Mm-hmm.
You can even make an argument that there are people within the Wyatt Six or another, but is Sami Zayn going to overpower Karrion Kross? No. Well, do we count that as a back bump?
I definitely would. But going back to the whole Karrion Kross and back bumps thing, I understand it if you were injured, i.e., Ric Flair. Like he always took those shoulder throws really weird.
Yeah. Well, his back body drops were awkward.
Yeah.
And he did those every match.
And then, oh yeah, when he got thrown off the top rope too, he always took them on the hip.
Yeah. Explain why he's always hurt.
And in Ric Flair's book, he mentions that it was because of that plane crash he was in the 70s.
Yeah.
That caused him to sell that way. But meanwhile, I'm just in awe watching Karrion Kross wrestle again. Now we've already laid out the path for Karrion Kross after this match. Oh, I was going to say I got to wonder what happens with Sami next, but the Seth Rollins stuff.
Yeah. But if I was to really identify like a good feud with him, I do like this going further no matter who really gets the W. I don't think a win here truly takes away from anyone or benefits anyone. So I don't think a loss truly takes away from anyone or a win really does. I think a lot of people will say, well, Karrion Kross goes on the main roster. He finally gets a PLE match. I can't believe that he lost, if that's the case, right? I mean, social media be social media. They're short-minded human beings. That's why they put out a 140 character opinion. But in the grand scheme of everything, we've seen a lot more Karrion Kross on our television screens more in the last few months than we have prior. And because of that, I think that there are plans for him. Now, whether or not that's Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, maybe we see something a little different. Who knows? I mean, I wouldn't be upset after this draft, or maybe we get a connection between Karrion Kross and one Aleister Black, who seems to be more going into that darker persona as we saw yesterday on SmackDown.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too opposed to them two forming a tag team. Or even having a feud with one another. But imagine the two of them with their dark characters, and maybe throw in a third like Shinsuke Nakamura, who's also got a dark character going on as well.
It's actually an interesting kind of throwback. I wouldn't be upset if Karrion Kross adopted the Bull's Hammer from Wade Barrett.
I don't think I would be either. I actually really like that maneuver from Wade. Oh, the one move that always scares me, that suplex into the corner.
The exploder suplex.
Yeah. I saw Karrion take it really safely, but there have been times where I've seen other wrestlers take it not so safely.
Now your beard game is gaining tension when you could be put in a sleeper or, in this size, a cross jacket, and your beard is just pushed up and towards your nose and your upper lip.
Yeah. Now, see, that's what I wish we saw in the Gunther Jey Uso match a couple weeks back.
Now, I've been hearing about this a lot, and it's something that I heard earlier. And this is where I say they did not F up in that match. The referee checked the arm of Jey Uso before anything, and he saw that there was lifeless in that body, and he knew he was already passed out. That is why there was that rush to the quick thing. When the referee is not sure, that is when they do the arm count.
Okay, that makes sense then.
This is definitely an up to the official discretion, but if somebody is showing no signs of life or fight, why even put them in that much additional time of pain and suffering?
Yeah, and to be fair, the referee did slap Jay's arm several times, and if you get slapped that hard, you are going to wake up. Oh, man.
As Sami Zayn picks up the W against Karrion Kross.
I'm not going to lie. I want more of these too.
I feel like this match, like, you could get more. The more can be done. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more. Was it a definitive win? Absolutely. But there's no reason why that always needs to be a finale.
I'm kind of curious as to what Karrion said to him just now.
Probably go to carlkarfeld.redbubble.com and buy as much merch as you possibly can. Or he said something else, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Okay, so we know who the NBA stars for this game. It's going to be Tyrese Halliburton. Jalen, didn't catch his last name, and Shaquille O'Neal. And it makes sense for Shaq, but the other two I don't get.
Well, they've done a lot of stuff with Tyrese before. He is a member of the Indiana Pacers. They did a lot with him prior to the Royal Rumble and whatnot. I just don't care. It's like last year with McAfee and his squad. I just didn't care. McAfee, I get. The other guys,
I literally, like, when I got that DLC pack, because I bought the season pack for last year's game, I only wanted McAfee. I couldn't give two shits about the other guys.
Well, that's the thing. Like, this is going to be the one where you want everybody other than the basketball guys. So,
Well,
I mean,
Shaq I would play as. I will admit to that. I would play as Shaq, but the other two, I don't care.
I love Shaquille O'Neal. I think the world of what he represents and stands for, but I just don't care about him in a pro wrestling game. Like,
and our AAA Tag Team Champions alongside Santos Escobar, Los Garza in the house.
So now Santos is the only one in that group without a championship.
Yeah, and I've got to wonder if we'll see those AAA tag titles defended on WWE at all.
Maybe. It'll be very intriguing.
We've seen the TNA Championship defended on WWE TV, so why not?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the big play is with the AAA. But I mean, this is the time. If you're a WWE fan, you can never say it's out of the question.
As I've been saying for the last few months, the Forbidden Door doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, the Forbidden Door has been open for a while. It's just people just were always gun shy to enter.
Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa U.S. Championship match coming up next. So obviously that leads me to believe that the women's Queen of the Ring finals is the co-main.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like they space this out well. You have,
Mm-hmm.
you have the 2 women's matches. You have 6 in total. So, yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, given that Asuka Jade would be the match after main event is the world heavyweight title or the undisputed heavyweight. I'd say that's a pretty solid match listing right there.
Yeah. And I think the obvious choice in this one is going to be Jacob Fatu taking the win here. But the only reason I can see Solo taking the win is if JC gets involved.
JC, yes, and one of the rumors that were coming in from SmackDown yesterday was that Hikuleo made the trip. So I'm wondering if he is there or if he's just another, hey, let's put him on main event kind of a thing. Because I don't know, do they do main event tapings at SmackDown? I think they do, right?
I think they do it at both. Like they'll do one or 2 matches on Raw, 1 or 2 matches on SmackDown, and then just put them together for main event.
Okay. Nah, that's probably what it was then. I don't know. I don't really ever pay attention to the main event stuff. That's where our good old friend Bobby Stats comes in and helps out.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I used to watch main event. Now I don't know where to watch it. So
that's fair. I would assume it's on the USA in the States.
I'll have to check my cable, see where it is available here in Canada.
It's not on YouTube, is it? I mean, that'd be a smart play.
That's what I've been saying that they should do is put main event on YouTube.
Just stream it on their platforms.
Mm-hmm.
They would rake in just easy numbers. They did show everyone from back, and that was like Tonga and Tamaloa. Are any of those guys at all healthy? Like, I don't think so, but like, I don't think Tonga or Tama is, but I ask for the sake of asking.
I think one of them should be due back any time now because I can't remember which one it was, but the one that was injured in War Games should be due back by now.
That would be Tonga.
Mm.
Because Tama was by himself for a bit.
Yeah.
And this is another one. Do we see Jimmy Uso at all?
Or LA Knight for that matter. LA Knight's been having his troubles too, so.
Yeah, but he was
LA's also got the Seth Rollins stuff
and
too.
That's where I was going to go. He was hurt from the Seth Rollins faction, not from the Solo. And plus, there's been a lot of rumors about bringing LA Knight to Raw sooner than later. So,
yeah, I think we see Jimmy at some point in this match. Maybe when JC tries to come in, we see Jimmy come out and put that stop because we've been seeing like this slight formation of an uneasy alliance between Jacob and Jimmy. So,
yeah. But I also found it very interesting on yesterday's segment where they caught up with each other and they said the words, "I didn't need your help." And the other one's like, or it's like, "I didn't need your help out there." It's like, "Oh, I didn't need your help last week." So I wonder if this is a foreshadow of maybe they do need each other's help and they just didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't see Jimmy Uso.
Something tells me that maybe I'm going to say Saturday night's main event, we see a tag team match with Jimmy and Jacob taking on Solo and JC.
Okay, Solo is coming out solo. I'm starting to think this could be a very Bloodline-esque type of style match here.
Overbooked finish kind of deal?
Yeah. And I think I think we might be seeing the new U.S. champion. And hear me out here. Even if Jacob wins, like we both clearly think he will, they're still going to continue this.
Not to mention, they did when they did the little historical analysis on Solo, it explicitly mentioned right at the top he has never won a singles title on the main roster.
Yes, but answer the question.
Sorry, I forgot what the question was. I apologize.
Even if Jacob wins, like we think, they're still going to continue with this.
Oh, 100% they will.
So with that being said, the U.S. title, even if it's swapped, will still be in play regardless. Based on what I was saying about Jacob and Jimmy asking each other or saying to each other, I didn't need your help. Jimmy has always been the guy of saying, if I needed something, I'll call. Kind of that. He's been that guy.
Yeah.
We have never seen that part out of Jacob. So I wonder if this is a showing to a way to show Jacob that he is vulnerable. He realizes that in WWE, he can't always do everything by himself and that he does need to align himself with people. So maybe, just maybe, we do see Solo get additional help, whether it's JC Mateo, whether it's also somebody else, whether it's like Tama and Tonga. I'd be surprised to see it. Well, I think it's more Tama and Tonga because that's just who we've seen in the past.
I just kind of realized something. This is, and I'm including his time in MLW here, but this is the first time I'm seeing Jacob Fatu, like on this run, as a completely solo act.
Yeah.
Because when I started watching MLW, he was leading Contra at the time.
Yeah. So is this, or could this be the beginning of us? A lot of people, like the fans, push Jacob Fatu into this position, right? But now is this more of finding more out about Jacob and to make him more, I don't want to say vulnerable, but more dangerous in the whole, hey, I am a shark, but a smart shark knows that it can't go up against a group of other sharks and survives. I need to have more sharks too.
Yeah, and
I'm starting to lean this way now. Just based on these entrances. The entrances tell such a story. And like you said, pointed out Solo not winning a championship. Because the last championship he did hold was the North American title that he never lost. It was taken away and relinquished from himself when he made the move to the main roster.
Yeah.
And then he had a brief stint with the tag title. That's only because Tonga Loa, I think, was hurt.
Yeah.
And then they kind of used Jacob Fatu in that place too. And then when Tonga was okay, they took it off and gave it back to Tonga.
Yeah.
So
now, is that a sign what Jacob Fatu just did?
I think anything with the bloodline can be taken as a sign. And yes, I know the bloodline's no longer there, but we're still
talking about it as if they are here, you know?
I mean, they're still doing almost exactly the same stuff. It's just with different characters as this player. This is like if we saw the original broadcast, this is the spinoff.
Yeah. Right now, Jacob is just dominating Solo. He's already looking for his moonsault.
So I don't know if this does a spoil thing, but John Cena's next appearance is not scheduled for July 18th on the edition of SmackDown in San Antonio, Texas.
Shawn Michaels comes back and they have another match. I mean, come on. If they're going to do SmackDown in San Antonio, you know they're probably going to find a way to put Shawn on the show.
Well, they've been in they were in San Antonio for the Rumble, and he wasn't on there.
It's true.
I know, I was there. I wanted to see Shawn. I bought Shawn Michaels shorts, man. Okay, question here. We all know that giving a headbutt to a Samoan is a stupid idea, or Tongan. But does one giving the other a headbutt actually do a difference because they have the stronger heads? I would be okay if the answer is yes on that.
I'm going to say yes because I actually imagined Solo and Jacob headbutting each other and both of them selling it.
I'm just curious. There's some logic I need.
Yeah. I got to say, though, in this match, I'm actually enjoying how savage Solo is being in this match, too, because he's not that slow, cocky person that we usually get in his matches.
No, there's definitely been a true evolution of Solo Sikoa from an individual performer. And I think that's something that we didn't see because he was always buried in a group after the Bloodline thing. And then I think we've seen a completely different side of him from a character standpoint. He talks a lot more now.
Mm-hmm.
We see that side of Solo. But I think just from a performer standpoint, yeah, like he brings it. And I don't think you can argue that. I think the only thing you can really argue is Solo Sikoa a character that you're fully invested in? Because there's been plenty of gaps with him.
Yeah, I actually remember when Solo decided he was going to take leadership of the Bloodline after Roman left last year. My first thought was, really? But as time went on, I began to enjoy it more and more and more. Beautiful swanton.
And something I'm liking about the offense of Jacob Fatu is he hasn't exactly changed what he does. Because now we have
JC's at ringside. Oh, who is that? Oh, it's
Tonga Loa.
Yeah, Tonga Loa is back.
A nice spinning neck breaker.
Oh, wow. I thought Solo had it. There. But that's the thing with Jacob Fatu is he knows. He knows how to listen for the referee's cadence.
I'm enjoying already. Now we have Solo, Tonga, and JC Mateo. So now all of a sudden, two have become three.
Holy Christ. If Jacob Fatu went to TNA and joined the X Division, I'd be fine with that.
It's a risky move by Mateo, though, going in the ring during a title match where there are disqualifications.
Right.
Well, there's a moonsault. And the ref is with Mateo. Oh my God, it is him.
It is Hikuleo.
Man, he's jacked.
Right?
And tall.
Wow.
I forgot how tall he is. Man, he looks like Kirk Hammett from Metallica.
He does, doesn't he?
Got to put him and Roman together, and they're half of Metallica right there. It is going to be an overbooked finish.
Just as you called it.
See, like he right there with just total Kurt Hammett right there.
If they ever did a Metallica biopic, I'm hiring him to play Kirk. But Solo Sikoa has just become the United States champion.
I don't hate this.
Neither do I, because now, I wanted to bring this up earlier when you talked about it. Now you're going to have an even more pissed off Jacob Fatu going after the title.
Well, now we have 4 people with Solo. Or,
Yeah.
well, Solo and 3 others, but it's now a power of 4, which you can only imagine. Does it go to 5 when Tama Tonga comes back? Or does Tama side with
Jacob?
Yeah.
See, just when we thought this, it probably more than likely isn't the Bloodline storyline, but just when we thought that the Bloodline stuff was done, they take you on another turn.
It's a spinoff.
Yeah. Now, Hikuleo, we've waited, over almost a year and a half for him to come in?
I mean, I don't know if you saw like the videos of him on main event, but his graphics were pretty much identical to Tama Tonga.
No, this is since watching him in New Japan, this is my first time seeing Hikuleo on a WWE screen.
No, okay, no, like on X, they've had like the videos of him doing his main event debut, and just the entrance. He hit the graphics they gave him definitely like match like the Tama Tonga and like not Solo though, but. And I guess Mateo too, because he has the fire and everything as well, right?
Yeah. And it is Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton is in the audience. She's obviously going to be there to watch the Queen of the Ring finals. Oh, yeah, that Nick Khan video from Stephanie McMahon. I got to watch that.
I'm curious. And then Braun Breaker's on 6 Feet Under. I've seen clips to that. Because they talk about the Spear to Ice Show speed, which was absolutely crazy.
Sure.
So next up, we got the Queen of the Ring finals with Asuka taking on Jade Cargill.
This is the first time ever, and I'm very, very excited to see this match.
So before we even get underway, who do you have winning the Queen of the Ring tournament?
Jade.
Yeah, I do too. I'm firmly standing on we're gonna get Naomi, or we're gonna get Jade winning at SummerSlam and Naomi cashing in on her.
Yeah, and the way I explained it to OMD is it's going to be one of those highly emotional match moments. We're going to see like Jade like shedding tears and just happy that she won the title, and then boom, Naomi's music hits, she cashes in.
I even have a feeling Bianca Belair is going to return. She is going to congratulate Jade and turn on Jade, and we get that Naomi Bianca reunion.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe that's where, because I still firmly believe that Bianca was like the mastermind behind the attack on Jade earlier this year. And I get the feeling that that's where Bianca reveals that she was the mastermind behind the attack.
And then, in essence, this is where you can turn Nia, and you can bring in Nia to tag with Jade.
Mm-hmm.
Or with this feud with, or this thing with Alexa Bliss, trying to convince Charlotte, like, hey, you might not need friends, but you need allies.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, now a partnership between Jade, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss could be very promising.
But I do have to wonder, what if Asuka is the one to win the tournament?
Well, then you're looking at her and Io at SummerSlam, which could be very entertaining for everyone involved.
Mm-hmm.
Clear signs that Damage Control is finished, as they've already even have acknowledged that.
Yeah, they established that like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look and see like Bailey and is not kind of with them, and then
Dakota's not even in the WWE.
Yeah, Dakota was released. And then we kind of have seen the injuries with Asuka and Kyrie. You kind of see like Io kind of doing her own thing. I just love that they brought that song back.
I can't even hear the song, but I know what song is playing because it's in my head right now.
It's her original theme.
I know. I know. Honestly, it is in one of my mainstay playlists on Spotify, and it is a song I constantly go to when I want to rock out some WWE themes. And you can tell Asuka likes the theme song too, considering she was just lip syncing it. Now, Asuka to me has a pretty entertaining YouTube vlog, but another woman I discovered recently has got into the world of YouTube is Tessa Blanchard, and I found a video of where she shows what happens after a TNA event, and she went around and talked to all the ring crew, and they while they were taking down all the gear. I thought it was really interesting to see that.
Definitely nice. I mean, the behind the scenes look is always something that appeases fans of pro wrestling. Now that is an example of taking the full bodysuit and using it to your advantage. That gives me pure White Ranger feel.
I was going to say White Ranger or Storm from X-Men.
Well, that too, yeah. I mean, the Storm is coming, but
yeah,
I don't know, the white and gold, like that totally screams White Ranger to me.
Yeah. I've always actually said if they ever made another or did a reboot of the X-Men series, I would cast Jade Cargill in the role of Storm.
I mean, Bianca Belair would do pretty badass in that too, though.
Yeah, she would.
No, Asuka really playing to her advantage, showing her experience and her speed.
Yeah.
But Jade using her power. So,
And that's what makes this match interesting is Jade's power and experience taking on Asuka's experience and her speed.
now Asuka targeting the knee of Jade Cargill.
And that's what she's got to do if you want to keep Jade on the ground. Go after that knee, take her down. But I've got to wonder if because sometimes when we watch Asuka's matches, she tends to overlook her opponent, and that sometimes leads to her downfall. And I've got to wonder if that will be the case in this match.
Explain overlook.
She gets a little too cocky and a little too showboaty.
Now, is that overlooking or just getting distracted?
I think it's more getting distracted. But given that she knows what's on the line here, that may not even be a factor in this match.
wouldn't say that's a knee bar. That's definitely an ankle lock with the knee bar kind of there. But the power of Jade.
Jeez, that transition, though.
Now, no, it doesn't matter how much experience you have. If you get picked up and slammed down, it feels the same if you're 1 day in or 10 years in.
Mm-hmm. And here's the funny thing. As a retired independent wrestler, there's a part of me that misses taking a bump on the ring. Now, do I miss doing it on a near weekly, sometimes monthly, sometimes weekly basis? Not really, but
Yeah, if I could, I definitely would. A choke slam there by Jade. Yeah, that's the problem with wearing white and your opponent wearing face paint. It will show up.
yep. No word of a lie. That's the thing I thought when I got this free hoodie today.
So you're gonna get your face paint all over it?
No, that I would if it got, if it got dirty, you would easily be able to see spots all over it because it's an all white hoodie.
That too.
I got it because I went to my flower shop and realized I had enough points to redeem for one. So I'm like, all right, let's redeem for a free hoodie. I love just how back and forth this match is. Like, we haven't really had like a dominant person in this match.
It's a sit-out power bomb has now. I think right now what you're seeing is Asuka struggling to get the momentum in this match. But what you're seeing is the inability of Jade taking advantage when she does hit that big move.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going to something next, she's almost in her head and taking too much time to get there. And that allows Asuka that ability to then get that next shot in.
Hence why she's quick in locking in all these submissions.
Well, that's just it. Like with Asuka trying to break down the limbs and trying to weaken Jade with whether it's a knee bar, whether it's an arm bar, all this stuff, trying to take away the power game.
And she's really trying to get that Asuka lock in.
Yeah. looks like she's almost there. She's just got to cinch in that crossface.
Mm-hmm. But Jade, she's she's kind of wrestling like she's a seasoned veteran in this match too.
Well, I mean, we got to give it to Jade. She has grown up in the last few years inside that ring, and she's definitely a different woman now. Boom. And there it is.
Wow.
And your queen of the ring is the one who always says a storm is coming, Jade Cargill. But
I'm now imagining if Jade Cargill ever won this as a heel, just how she would be. Because when she was in AEW as a heel, I thought she was fantastic as that character. But her in-ring at that time really needed a lot of work.
Well, she was definitely very inexperienced in her time in AEW, and they definitely managed to work around it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Now with WWE, they've strengthened a lot of the assets or a lot of the areas to where she might not have been stronger, and she's a lot more complete than she's ever been.
Yeah.
As we just saw tonight.
Yeah, and as I've read in the past, like on her days off, she's at the PC just learning everything she can still.
Well, that's the thing. She grinds, but
mm-hmm.
I'm just going to duck out for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. As right now, Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis are crowning our new queen of the ring, Jade Cargill. Byron Saxton is about to do an interview here. Big congratulations to Jade, who basically gave a warning to whoever the WWE Women's Champion is. Basically said, a storm is coming to whomever the champion is. I do think her and Tiffany Stratton could very well put on one hell of a match. But it remains to be seen if whether or not Tiffany Stratton will be the champion come SummerSlam. But SummerSlam, the countdown is on. 35 days until the biggest event of the summer happens. First ever 2-night SummerSlam. Tickets are still going. As well, WWE Late Night featuring Tony Hinchcliffe will be happening August 2nd at 11 p.m. Eastern at the Bergen Park pre-sale arena. Pre-sale tickets on starts on Monday. Tickets go on sale Tuesday for that event, and it takes place in Englewood, New Jersey. So that explains what WWE Late Night actually is. But coming up next, guys, it is our main event of the evening. As CM Punk goes one-on-one with John Cena for the WWE Undisputed Championship. This Monday night, though, Raw, the World Tag Team titles on the line. New Day defending against JD and Finn Balor. Special start time, 6 p.m. Eastern on Netflix, but we will be coming to 8 p.m. for the show. We're also going to see Sheamus taking on Rusev on that very same show. Saturday night's main event, we will see the Ring General Gunther taking on everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to take a step back here. Give me just a few moments.
As one goes out, the other one comes back in. So, everybody, what are you thinking about Night of Champions so far? The beauty is I had to step away because I got a couple of animals upstairs, and let's face it, they have no self-control, so I have to make sure that there is no mess and nothing going on. As we now get a video package with John Cena and CM Punk, the yin and yang. Let us know in the chat what you thought of basic punkonomics as we saw CM Punk imitate the doctor of thugonomics last night on SmackDown.
I need a timestamp from you, Parrish, because I accidentally hit play from the beginning when I got up.
I am on. Hold on one second. I am at. Hold on. I am at 2:21. Go about at the 20-second mark.
Okay.
It is just the promo for the main event.
Yeah, I'm fast forwarding there right now. Sorry, I had to take off and go use the washroom. I had to visit Tinkle Towers.
We got to get a video for this. I think that's
sorry, what was the time?
now I am at go 2:22. I'm about just a few seconds away from that.
Okay. I see the yin yang on the screen right now.
Okay, I just
Yeah.
Oh. Did I get it? Wait, at 2:22.
Oh, 2:22. Okay.
I'm at 2:22:22.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we go.
Got the...
Okay. Yeah, the low blow to Orton. Title shot from Cena to everybody he's faced.
Already, this camera thing is giving me some freaking money in the bank vibes. Well, the fans are into CM Punk, that's for sure.
It's interesting to note that, as it said there on CM Punk's history there, last time he held the WWE title was January 27th, 2013. That's the date he lost the title to The Rock, who in turn lost the belt to John Cena.
Yeah. Sadly, though, I'm going to have to head out.
Okay.
I just got an interesting text message, so I'm going to have to leave. So I'm just going to let everybody know you can check me out on my link tree at Chris Parrish. Make sure you're checking in tomorrow at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time, checking out the Chris Parrish podcast. I will see you there. Best, I'm sorry, but I have to head out.
Do what you got to do.
Enjoy the rest of the show. This is a poorly timed thing, but
the match we've all been looking forward to.
yeah, it's on Netflix. I'll probably watch it when I'm or later, but it's what it is. But enjoy. Have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. But right now, guys, we've got Punk just waiting and staring a hole. Just waiting for John Cena to make his presence felt. As John Cena is about to make his way to the ring right now. And the last time is now. This is going to be the last time we see John Cena in Saudi Arabia. Because as you all know, the next Saudi event will be the Royal Rumble, and John Cena will be long retired by then. 17-time world champion, most of all time. I didn't catch the rest of it. I think they said something about this being his second title defense. I don't know what to make of that. But it is interesting to note that CM Punk, his last championship reign, he did lose to The Rock, who in turn lost to John Cena. And let's not forget, John Cena was considered The Rock's boy, as it were, coming out of Elimination Chamber. Is there any merit to The Rock maybe making his presence felt in this match? Probably not, but just a little something that we got to keep our eye on. This is going to be a barn burner of a match, ladies and gentlemen. The WWE Undisputed Championship on the line. CM Punk, John Cena. Let's get it going. This is the 15th career match between the two. 6-6 record with 1 no contest, 1 draw. This is the 8th match in that series of matches for the WWE Championship. This will be the match that defines which one wins the feud, because as it says, they are tied at 6 apiece with 1 no contest, 1 draw. Man, this crowd has just gotten really ruckus. But trading headlocks, both Punk and Cena are doing right now. So, kind of doing that feeling each other out type of thing. John quick to get out of it, though, and locking in a wrist lock. Trying to go for a pin that early, Cena, it's not happening, my friend. The story right now that they're telling is who can out wrestle each other, as this has just been straight up, wrestling, like headlocks, wrist locks, the old kind of style of wrestling we used to see in the 80s and 90s. The story that I'm wondering now is who's going to be the first one to throw that fist. Some people who are cheering for John, some people are cheering for Punk. But there we go. John now throwing the punches. He's got Cena, he's got Punk up in the ropes right now. Oh, what was that? Well, I wonder what Punk was looking for there, but Cena rolled to the outside. A little bit of a trepidation on the look of Cena right now as he's Punk is relaxing on that corner there. Russian leg sweep by CM Punk there. CM Punk right into floating over into the pin, but obviously not going to beat John Cena off of a Russian leg sweep. That much is obvious. Now, I'm going to pose this one out there to you guys. If CM Punk were to win, and he goes on to face Cody, I wonder who wins in that match. I do expect John Cena to win this match. As much as I love Punk and I would love to see him have one more world title reign or WWE title reign, this doesn't necessarily mean it would be the end of the road as far as CM Punk goes for as far as championship matches go, because he could still, being that he is a Raw athlete, he could still very much go after Gunther and the World Heavyweight title for SummerSlam. But I do get that feeling that he's going to be more involved with, I feel like CM Punk is going to be more involved with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. And I feel like we're going back to John Cena and Cody, but I don't know the path that we're going as far as, and I'm going to mention it, I don't know where we're going with Gunther for SummerSlam. Maybe we go back to Jey Uso. I don't know. Because right now, I mean, Gunther's biggest concern is Goldberg. Just like right now, CM Punk's biggest concern is getting out of this 5 moves of doom, we'll say, that John Cena has and that he's executing. Looking for that 5-knuckle shuffle right now. Beautiful swinging neck breaker from CM Punk there. And CM Punk with that elbow drop there. No, it's not the prettiest elbow drop, but it is effective. He's already looking to put John to sleep here. I don't think John's going to sleep right this instant, though. Oh, no. No, he's not. He reversed that in right into it. STFU. Or the STF. I still call it the STFU. Sue me on that one. I don't think I've ever seen Punk tap to this maneuver, and I don't think Punk will tap. Back and forth, these gentlemen are going. This is the thing with these two men. They know each other. We talked about the 15 matches. They had 8 of them for the world title. These guys know each other inside and out. dare I say, Punk is probably one of John's biggest feuds in his career. CM Punk had his own version of the STF locked in, but Cena managed to escape that by grabbing the rope. This is, again, one of those matches where we haven't had somebody who's had like a definitive dominant run in the match. I mean, right now, Punk, sure, he's putting on some maneuvers, but right now, look at this. John Cena reversing it with that slam. And once again, trying to go for that five-knuckle shuffle, but eating a kick. Punk looking for that GTS. Trying to go right back to that neck breaker, but right back into the FU. This is the second one that John Cena has executed, and this is a 2. Oh, wow. John Cena, Punk almost lost there. John is wondering, what has he got to do? What does he got to do to make sure Punk stays down? And Punk's got to be wondering, how do I get out of this? As Cena's got him planted on that top rope right now. Oh, is he looking to... Oh, yeah, I think he's looking for a super FU. Or a super attitude adjustment. But Punk fighting out of it. Crossbody from Punk right into John Cena rolling through it. And showing that immense strength that we tend to forget John Cena has. And there it is, a third FU. Punk kicking out. Jesus. I mean... What does Cena have to do to retain the title? Oh, John's got his eyes on the undisputed title. We all know what John has done with this title in the past, what Cena has done. He has knocked out Cody Rhodes, R-Truth, Randy Orton with this title. Knocked out Cody Rhodes to get it. Knocked out Randy Orton to retain it. And knocked out R-Truth to get a victory in a non-title match. And throwing the title away. Looking for, I was going to say a fourth FU. Oh, and Punk is connected with the GTS here. 1, 2, Cena with the kick out. This match has been amazing, guys. This has been an amazing match so far. This has actually been an amazing show as a whole so far. Both men trading blows in the ring, and those blows have got to have a ton of effect on them right now. Oh, and down goes the referee. Punk hitting the GTS, but we don't have an official, guys. Punk, you should have seen the referee being knocked out instead of wondering where he is. Who's he signaling for? Seth Rollins. Rollins is the Money in the Bank holder. And just as Michael Cole had mentioned, Seth Rollins did cash in his Money in the Bank and turned Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar into a triple threat match featuring Seth. Is this what's on Seth's mind right now? Does Seth cash it in? He sent his two cronies, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, in to try and take down Punk. Where's Cena in all this, though? And the table. Punk just got tossed through the table, and the table collapsed. So where the heck is Cena? Yeah, okay. So Seth is calling for a referee, and here comes Charles Robinson running to the ring just like he did at WrestleMania. Oh, Jesus. Charles Robinson just took the biggest bump of the night with John Cena taking him out. And now we've got a confrontation between Seth Rollins and John Cena. And an FU for Seth Rollins there. And how Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed coming in, just destroying John Cena. Uh-oh. Now who's coming out? Oh, Penta. Penta's making his way to the ring. Penta, we all know, has had his troubles with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Especially Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker now making his way down that aisle to try and head off Penta. But Penta is just not having it. And down goes Braun. Oh, no, Braun didn't go down just yet. And Braun just manhandling Penta by throwing him down. Hitting him with that shoulder throw onto the stage, onto the ramp, I should say. Sami Zayn now coming out. Holy Christ. I mean, we thought that Sami Zayn just came out like a ball of fire and is pummeling Braun Breaker right now. We thought that there was a bit of an overbooking with the Jacob Fatu Solo Sikoa match, but holy Christ, the overbooking is strong on this one, and I'm here for it. I am loving this, what they're doing here. It seems to me that these men are finally standing up to Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. Oh, and Penta just dove off the stage onto both Sami and Braun. Meanwhile, Bronson is still in the ring, hovering over John Cena, and he is looking to hit the tsunami here. But there's still... Oh, Punk. Punk just got in the ring, and now... Oh, geez, and there's that strength of John Cena as he's got Bronson Reed up and hits the FU. But I think that had to have taken a lot out of John, as we're now back down to just John Cena and CM Punk in the ring. No referee still. And the crowd is on their feet for this. Punk is looking like he wants to extend his hand. Punk is extending his hand to shake hands with John Cena. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, Punk was ahead of him. Punk was ahead of him. Rollins still has the money in the bank. But, and look at the other referee, 1, 2, 3. John Cena has just retained the title in what was an overbooked but fantastic finish. Wow. Wow. I loved that finish. I loved how fast Cena was to getting out of that ring because of the fact that Seth is still there with the Money in the Bank contract. So you can sort of say that was a failed attempt at a cash-in. But that look on John Cena's face and the fact that Punk was already knew what was coming, just chef's kiss on that finish. We also saw a little bit of the heat between Sami Zayn, Penta, Seth Rollins and Bronson and Braun. There's a lot of things to unwrap with this match, guys, and there's a lot of things that we are going to unwrap as far as the Raw Patrol goes and as far as the SmackDown security detail goes. As we now see the executive producers, Paul Levesque and Lee Fitting on the screen, we've got our a little title card on the bottom there. What a show. What a show. Wow. What a way for John Cena to say goodbye to the Saudi Arabia crowd with that match. Fantastic. And there's the Netflix logo, guys. Again, just a totally fantastic show. Wow. I mean, just I words can't even describe that show. That was a great show. I loved it. Just yeah. But guys, if you want to find me at my link tree, there's my link tree at the bottom. lanktr.ee/Chris_best83. Chris Parrish also gave out his, I think he did give out his link tree, but it's lanktr.ee/Chris Parrish. You can look for him at the Beercade on Instagram, 103-544 or 82 Avenue, Facebook.com, Beercade White on Facebook as well. You'll find him there doing some of the PLEs and pay-per-views that they do. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been one hell of a show tonight. And in the immortal words of Carl Carafel, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.
Champion!